All right, so the 24-hour adventure trail run, my yearly run, the race I love most is tomorrow. I got off work, went shopping to pick up nutrition that I want to have in my kit. What's wonderful about these interlupal races, and this is a 6.25-mile loop with a nice pavilion that's covered, and I can bring my containers, which you can see right here. And if you've watched me in the past, you've seen I got two of these, and I got a smaller one. I don't know what configuration I'm going to use. Last year I brought two of the bigger ones, and usually I break up my planning for these interlupal races into a couple categories. One being clothing and making sure that I have enough layers. Tomorrow is supposed to be unseasonably hot, which is the one thing I did not want, next to freezing rain. So I have to make sure that I have enough changes of shirts and also enough lighter layering to kind of help keep me warm during the morning hours and the night hours, because the temperature will drop and will become quite cold, but I got to deal with the heat during the day, so I got to bring things to layer, mix, match, dry off, change of clothes, chains of shoes. I'm going to be bringing 3 pairs of shoes this year, all Hoka. I'm going to be bringing the Hoka One Speedgoat 5s, the brand new pair of Speedgoat 4s, and the wonderful Zenals. Zenals are the ones that I might start off in. I'd like to have a nice zippy shoe at the beginning and switch into a more substantial shoe at the end. And typically I'll wear a street, like one of my Mizuno street shoes, but I do have a trail shoe this year, so that it kind of meets that need. So I'm going to try that. The traction is much better. So I got the clothing. That's all the stuff I'm going to be packing. I usually pack that all into one container. All the things that I need, clothes, change of socks, everything you could possibly think of, I put into one container. The other container usually will contain what I'm going to go through here, what I get asked about a lot. What's the nutrition you have for something like this? I've learned to rely on the aid stations quite a bit because they do a great job. Athletic Equation, who puts on these interloop races that I run, does a fantastic job stocking the aid stations. But I do always like to pick out things that I enjoy, that I like, staples of my running, and things that I know that my body can handle, because I know when I get tired and I get hungry, I will tire of some of these things, and I will start to go for those, things that are on the table. I'll try to be smart, but sometimes I am not. But things like the pierogies that they put out all the time are phenomenal, and they absolutely make my soul smile, and they bring me energy. So I will be partaking in the pierogies that they always put on. But now, I believe we may have to bring some buffs. Sorry. And so I'm gonna have some things like blister kits, always. My medicine bag, wipies, hand sanitizer wipies, lube, chapstick, bug spray because the ticks are out. I found some on me the other day running, so I gotta have my tick spray, but typically it would be cold this time of year and they're not out yet, but they are out already. I'm gonna be fueling with UCAN in my drink for as long as I can go without, if I don't run out of this, as I'm running kind of low here, so hopefully it will last me the whole time. And then I have a mix of sweet and savory items, trail mixes. Love these Nature's Bakery bars. These are phenomenal. I eat these all the time, and they're good for run. They're good on my stomach. Mini Cliff bars. I have the regular size Cliff bars. My favorite is the white chocolate macadamia nut. These are my absolute favorite. So I'm going to have some of those. I can't tolerate too much of the Cliff bars while I'm running. I will eat them to make sure that I get enough calories down. I'll probably start off the morning with a couple just to get some of the calories in me, because those are calorie dense, but good. But the mini ones will be good to kind of take on a lap, because I won't be able to probably consume a whole one. I'm trying these for the first time. Sugar wafers. I mean, I've eaten these before, but not on runs. They're just basically sugar and carbs, and my body's accustomed to that. So I'm bringing those. I'm going to try those out this time. Pringles. Love my Pringles, so I will be bringing those. Found these. Pickle Juice. Now, I like pickle juice, and I've heard good things about it, and I'm going to try them out. I bought 3 of these pickle juice shots just in case. I don't have any problems with blisters or cramping, but I always prepare for them just in case, and maybe someone around me does. I can kind of help them out, but it's always good to plan ahead. I've had these before, these Reese's peanut butter cup things I do not normally eat, but I'm going to be having these, and they have the potato chips in them, so I can knock out 2 birds, 1 stone. Sweet and savory all together. I got 3 of those. Lots of calories in. So those, I mean, one of those has, good grief, 180 calories. A lot of calories in something small. I'm going to be bringing body armor. Love those. So I'll be taking shots of those as I come around each loop. I like to top off the hydration, especially how hot it's going to be. And one of the things I started doing many, many years ago before it became a thing was taking baby food. These are easy on the stomach. Sometimes your stomach can go south. Sometimes it's just hard to get calories in. And these are easy to get, 90 to 110 calories. That's kind of the spectrum of calories in these. So I got a bunch of different baby foods of different kinds and varieties, from fruit to, I think I have some superfood stuff in here, but most of it's all stuff that I eat normally, so there's nothing crazy, nothing that will throw my stomach off. I mean, it's made for babies, so it shouldn't be too bad. But tonight, I'm going to be packing all of this away, getting my container organized. Of course, I film, so that's the other aspect. So, you have clothing, nutrition, hydration, and then personally, I have to kind of deal with filming aspects of being a content creator. So I'm going to have to bring my GoPro and the batteries and a way to charge them, which I usually bring my something to plug in, or a car battery. I have a 12-volt battery with a converter that I plug everything in and keep everything charging. If things kind of go crazy and my batteries go dead, I can get to my car real quick, charge stuff, because I don't want to miss out on documenting these races, which if you are a member of the channel, you know that I film all these races, and I got a good catalog of the 24-hour adventure trail race. So I'm looking forward to it. Joe Kern is going to be running with me tomorrow, so I look forward to seeing him. It's going to be a good time, lots of good conversation, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting to that mile 20, 21, and then breaking that time period. I usually stop around 20 or 21 just because I can usually do one more lap, and then, I've always talked myself out of going the entire time, but I am going to set a PR this time and hopefully maybe break into the top 10. Maybe we can do that. I've been top 15 before. I'm hoping maybe if I can go the whole time, I can break that. That's always nice. It's always nice, but it's nothing that's that important to me, but it is nice to do something new. So, concerns for tomorrow. The only concern I have really is dealing with the heat during the day, because I know even in the low 70s is kind of intolerable sometimes when you're running through the woods. And again, we have 800 feet of gain per lap. And the other thing could be snakes and ticks. Not a huge concern, but it is one. And pretty much dealing with sleep deprivation. I can do okay until it gets to about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then that starts to wear on me, and that starts to make me very susceptible to kind of being like, I only got 3 hours left. I could do another lap, but what does it matter? We had a good effort. Like my mind starts to do that stuff. I go sit by the fire, pack everything up. But this year, Joe and I have kind of made this pact that we're going to go the entire time. So, for all of you who have asked, this is what I'm taking as far as nutrition. There'll be a lot of it left over, because what I end up doing is kind of picking through this stuff and then going straight to the table that is provided by the race and picking off that. And so that's all I got to worry about. This is really maintaining my hydration and nutrition, and things will go well. It went well last year. Going to do the same thing again. Hope you all enjoyed this kind of walk through what I'm doing. Nerves have not set in. I've done this race a bunch, so I don't really have a lot of nerves. The nerves are really based around kind of just logistics, like getting myself up, getting myself to the race on time, getting parking, getting my containers out of the pavilion, making sure my kids get up for their tournaments, and just kind of making sure the family does all the things they're supposed to be doing, getting where they're supposed to be doing while Dad's off doing something that I love, and I always kind of feel that guilt. So that's all I have. I if you want to watch one of these races, if you want to watch last year's race, go ahead and click right there, and you can see Joe and I go at it in 2021. Did a fantastic job. We finished 100K, and we're pretty happy that we did that in like 21 hours. And I know you're going to be like, that's not very fast for that amount of time. Well, that was almost 10,000 feet of gain, and it was a good day. It really was a good day, but we're going to better it this year. So go ahead and click right there, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.